In this quick video, I'm going over motion graphics templates. Now we have some popular tutorials on this channel that simply walk you through how to install a motion graphics template. So I'm going to add a card to this video. You guys can click on that once this is done and just view that process if you don't already know. But when you open up your Essential Graphics panel, or we can come up to Window, Workspaces, and click on Graphics, you're going to see your Essential Graphics panel. And if you're under Browse, you're going to be able to, look and review all the Essential Graphics that either come with Premiere Pro if you haven't installed any, or all the ones that you have installed. You can see that these are really cool. We have titles, we have graphs, we have countdowns. We can really add anything. You can add emojis that pop up and do crazy things. The problem and the reason why I hate motion graphics templates in Premiere Pro is they slow down your computer like crazy. So let's go ahead and drag and drop one into Premiere Pro. Sometimes the fonts do not sync, but you'll be able to click on this, and when you click on any custom motion graphics template, in this case, let's go ahead and scale it to the frame size. You can go in and customize this. So we can say here 8482 media. All right, and you can see those changes being reflected on the left-hand side of the screen. Now, before, if we were to preview our video, it previews perfectly fine. If we go in and now look at this motion graphics template, it's going to slow down everything. Your video might not be able to export correctly. You're going to run into additional challenges. What you can do, and what I do recommend, is if you are working with motion graphics templates, if you need a quick break, go ahead, select the motion graphics template, press X, select your in point and out point, end point, start point and end point with I and O, the keys, and then come up to sequence and render into out. This is going to render the motion graphics template. It might take some time depending on the speed of your computer, but if you are working with motion graphics templates, just rendering is a very simple way for beginners to be able to step away from the computer for a little bit, come back, continue editing without having to pull your hair out. So it's one of the 10 things that I put together in a quick video that I dislike about Premiere Pro, is the fact that, motion graphics templates, depending on who they're made by, as well as some of the ones that are made in Premiere Pro that come with the software, more than anything in Premiere, really mess up the workflow. So you're going to have to be using, rendering. You're going to have to be selective with the motion graphics template that you choose to install. And if you can work with ones that slow down your computer less, there is nothing worse than finishing a 50-hour edit and including motion graphics templates that are now messing up your render into out. They're messing up your export process. A good way to figure out if they're going to mess up your export process is to just simply try adding the motion graphics template, rendering it into out, seeing if it renders correctly. If it renders correctly, it's probably going to export correctly. If it doesn't render correctly and you get, GPU errors, you get motion graphics errors, whatever comes up, well, then you probably know you should look for a different motion graphics template, because you don't want to spend 70 hours editing this thing, getting all the titles perfect with these motion graphics templates that are going to cause more problems for you in, the export. So if we now look at this motion graphics template, we'll be able to see that it plays perfectly. And now we can continue editing. If we do make additional changes to this graphics template, we'll need to render it again. But hopefully that helps. Don't be intimidated working with motion graphics templates. Just use the render feature, take more breaks, and know that if you select your motion graphics template, that's how you're going to be able to go in and customize everything under the Essential Graphics panel by clicking on Edit.